All right, welcome back. ACS Texas State 8-Ball Championships. This is a winner side match. Chris Fields versus Angela Garza. It's a winner's side match, so it's technically race to 4, but Chris Fields is an advanced player. She plays an extra game, so it's a 5-4 race. Good luck to both players. Let's get the action going. I want to thank BryantBilliards.com for sponsoring the ACS Texas this year. There are also vendors here. They have a booth. They're selling T-shirts and hats here. If you can come to the Bell County Expo Center, you can meet Charlie and Heather Bryant, two hard-working representatives of the billiard industry. And also, I want to actually wish Heather Bryant a happy birthday. She turned 26 again today. Happy birthday to you, Heather. In fact, I'm trying to locate her and see if she'll come on and do some commentary with us. So more on that as it develops. But anyway, let's get to this match here. Chris Fields making a ball on the break. She played in the mixed Scotch doubles yesterday, and her partner was Rusty. I can't remember his last name. But they seemed to struggle a little bit. They didn't do too great in the mixed Scotch doubles. I think they did cash, but you know, when you're an advanced team, there's a little bit more pressure on you. So some players, you know, they find that playing doubles makes it harder for them to play their true game. So maybe that's the case with Chris. There you are. Have a seat.
Uh-oh, what'd I do?
Have a seat. Put on that headset.
What are you up to?
What am I up to? What am I down to? Is that comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay. Happy birthday, my love. Give me a big hug.
Thank you.
All right. 26 again?
Yeah, let's go with that number.
Yeah. All right. Oh, folks, I'm with the wonderful Heather Bryant of Bryant Billiards, and she's here with her husband Charlie, and I wanted to just wish you a happy birthday and
Thank you.
and also just put you on the microphone a little bit, you know.
You're the first person to ever get me on one. I've been avoiding them for 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I'm honored to have you.
Thank you.
You know, you guys. I was just telling the audience, you know, you guys are really hardworking. You know, billiard representatives, pool representatives. I know you guys have high hopes for the industry, and you guys put your heart into what you do. So.
Oh, absolutely. We started out. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, but last 3 years, we started out 3 years ago with just 6 shirts on a folding table, and we'd go to whatever tournament that he was playing in, and we'd set up. And it was my way of making the money to put him out there in those tournaments.
Yeah.
Because sponsors were so hard to come by. And it has just grown and grown and grown. And now we're working on a few new products. We have a ladies competition line that we're working on. I've got to try and finalize that before Christmas so we can debut it at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
We've got some branded lines that we're working on. And Charlie just debuted his new Hillbilly Thunder 2 brake cues, and they're phenomenal.
That's right. He does a break cue. And there's the hillbilly hats.
Yes, we have.
That kind of made you famous, huh?
Yeah, well, those started out as kind of a thing Charlie's fans would ask us for hillbilly shirts and hats all the time.
Yeah.
And the hillbilly lifestyle has really just taken over. So
Cool.
there, even people who don't even know who Charlie is are buying the stuff.
That's awesome. That's awesome. As soon as this first game is over, I'll flash a few pictures of your stuff on
Sure.
the stream, and you know, we also want to thank you for supporting the ACS and for the live stream efforts that have taken place here this year. And you know, I know you guys were actually instrumental in helping us to get here at POVPOOL to get here to provide the live streaming for this year's event. So, you know, that's a big deal. So I'm putting your link to Bryant Billiards in the chat room. So if anybody wants to visit them.
Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate the support, and, you know, we love what you do.
Yeah.
You know,
Thank
you especially with your free streams, you know, a lot of these amateurs, they can't always afford to, you know, you've got half a dozen streamers out there and they've got to buy memberships or pay for pay-per-views with all of them, and it gets a little expensive. So anytime, you know, you're there and you're doing a free stream, I know the fans appreciate it.
Well, I hope they do, you know, and, you know, we're doing our best to keep it that way. I mean, you know, we have to support ourselves too. It makes it hard, but, you know, that's why we need people like you, sponsors and stuff. So thank you. Thank you again. Now, do you know Chris Fields and Angela Garza?
I do. I know them both, yes.
Okay. Are they friends with you?
Chris Fields and I, we've gotten pretty close over the last few years.
Okay.
I try to always support her. She is one of those players that tends to be a little hard on herself, so I try to always, you know, boost her up and, you know, try and give her a little bit of confidence, because she is a phenomenal player. And Angela, we actually know because she has come and taken some lessons from Charlie before.
I see. Okay. Okay. Now, I know that Charlie's touched many people's lives with his teaching and his lessons and stuff.
Yeah, Charlie's got a way of explaining.
Kind of a life coach of pool, you know?
Yeah, he's got a way of explaining things. Number one, it's a lot easier to understand, and he's picked up little tricks and things over the years that he, you know, teaches to people that helps them understand things a little bit better, because pool has gotten so technical that a lot of people don't understand it. You know, he's actually up here doing some free Q&As, so we've had players coming up to the booth talking to him about things with their game they've been struggling with, and he's been over there, you know, whenever they can find an open table, just showing them things. We had one gentleman that came over, had lost a hill match on a safety, and Charlie went over and he showed him what he did, and then Charlie showed him maybe a little bit better way to do it. So, you know, if he ever comes into that situation again, maybe the hill match will go the other way. That's awesome. That's awesome. The best advice. Well, they say the best advice is free advice. But do they say that? I don't know. Yeah. So it's your birthday. How does it feel working on your birthday? I work on my birthday every year. Last year we were I've done that for the last 5 years too. On my birthday. Well, the older I get, the less I celebrate. Yeah. No now kidding. It's just about paying the bills. But you know, last year we were working the Side Pocket Open in Shreveport on my birthday, and that was a little wild. Charlie ended up watching all the stuff for me towards the end of the night so that I could go and, you know, because Shreveport's kind of close to home, so we had a lot of friends there. Oh, okay. Okay. So you were able to kind of like cut loose a little. Yeah. Yeah. Spread your wings. Yeah. Well, cool. And so where are you guys going after this? We actually had made some last-minute plans. We're going to go home, repack, and then go out to Mississippi. We're going to set up a booth that they have a little no-pro handicap tournament out there. Okay. I don't have the details right in front of me, and I don't want to say anything wrong, but we're going to set up out there, set the booth up. Yeah. Charlie's going to be offering lessons, and I think we're going to try and schedule some seminars out there. Oh, good. So you mean you'll have like a little table to access as well then, yeah? Okay. That's good. That's great. And then we've got the Midwest 9-Ball Tour stop in Olathe we're going to go do, and then afterwards they have a real good youth program that they do out there. Kathleen Morass runs that, and we're going to go and spend some time with their youth group out there, and Charlie's going to do some lessons with them. I think that's so important. Oh yeah, he's always loved working with the kids. Matter of fact, at our table at home, he used to have a little wooden platform that we had for the very small ones.
Yeah.
You know, that couldn't quite reach the table, because he's a firm believer in, if you get them started and they're too short and they get that arm jacked up in the air, and then as they grow,
they become a side stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get that side stroke going. Sidearm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with these youth groups, if they don't catch that early and put them on it, you know, because his dad started him out in the pool hall at 5, standing on milk bottle crates.
Okay.
So he never developed that sidearm stroke.
Mm-hmm. That's like Efren Reyes. He played on the Coca-Cola crates.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. By the way, Curtis sent in the chat room, he says, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
And there's somebody named One Pocket Kid 21. He says he hasn't seen Charlie in many years. When's he visiting North Carolina again?
Actually, we are trying to find a spot in our schedule to come back out there. Charlie's dad and stepmom still live in Hickory, North Carolina, and his dad's been having some heart issues.
Oh, I see.
So I think we're gonna try and get back out that way soon, but I don't think they're gonna have any big tournaments. So we'll probably try and maybe schedule some lessons or a seminar or something in North Carolina somewhere, and just make it all part of the same trip. Now, you guys have a schedule on Bryant Billiards, right? Yes. BryantBilliards.com, we actually have a lot of flyers for events. We have flyers for his seminars. And, we mark in our calendar whether we're going to be there, whether he's going to be playing, whether it's the booth, or, if we're not going to be there, but we endorse, because we do try to support these tournaments like...
Actually, I just got... they're racking the balls right now, so I got your website up on the...
Awesome.
On the screen.
Yeah, and
there's some of the apparel there.
Yeah, and we're actually talking to a new apparel printer that is going to do some print-on-demand printing for us. So there'll be things that we offer through the website that we won't necessarily carry in the booth. And the way it works is, if you're a customer and you go and you order the shirt, they print it immediately. Okay. And they ship it to you. And we also have the capability, like the Pool Chick shirt that was just up on the screen. It says beer drinking, and some of the girls, I always get this thing, they don't drink beer, they drink liquor, or they drink shots or whatever. Well, this new system will allow them to customize that shirt to, whether they're a beer drinker or a shot drinker. And some of them don't like the 8-ball or the 9-ball on it. They want one or the other. So it'll let them personalize it. And it will also give them the option to put their name on the shirts.
I see you guys. Actually, you look like you have a pretty busy schedule. And you got stuff coming up in November. And that's good. And then you've got, you got a lot of things happening in November now.
Yeah, well, that Sparkle City there is in South Carolina. And they're... by the way, congratulations, Dane Millard and his wife just had a baby. But they're doing a little fundraiser benefit the day before the tournament for a little girl that's very sick. Okay. And so we sent a bunch of product out there to them to sell. So if you guys are in the area or not, I mean, you can send Dane Miller a message on Facebook and purchase some of this stuff. All the proceeds from that goes to the fundraiser for this little girl. Also, see, you have a instruction page on your website that says a Hillbilly Express skill building seminar series. Yes, and you guys are working on that. Yeah, we book seminars. We have arrangements with league directors. Matter of fact, we just did one with an APA group in Houston. We've actually done several with them, where the league directors will bring us out, and Charlie works with the members of the league. We do some. We did some at Club Billiards and Fat Toad Billiards out there in Kansas. Yeah, this is Charlie Bryant, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a picture of him with his instructor credentials, past accomplishments. So, and also a little bit of history. I highly recommend you check Bryant Billiards and support BryantBilliards.com. And take advantage of some of the resources that are out there to help your pool game and to represent pool. So, yeah, and if you guys ever, if you go to the site and you think of something that you think we would benefit from, or the players would benefit from us having through the site, please send us a message. We love getting feedback. You take suggestions? Oh, wow. All the time. Strong. All the time. And I do my best to get them all in there, too. Okay. That's Matter of fact, on the calendar, one of the things that someone suggested to me is that we mark whether they're smoking or non-smoking venues, because a lot of players won't do smoking. So we actually added that. Now, when you go through the calendar, it lets you know if it's a smoking or a non-smoking venue. Well, there you go. Yeah. That is a perfect, that's a great suggestion. So check out BryantBilliards.com, and
you know, once again, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'm not going to say I feel bad for you that you have to work because you're so used to it, you know,
Yeah.
as I am too.
That's what we do, huh?
Yeah. Do you play pool much?
I
Are you
used
in a
to
league?
play.
Do you-
I started playing. I actually got my first pool table in my house when I was 12, and
Wow.
I've played for a very long time. I was always active on the leagues, but since this booth has grown to the point it is, I'm in booth every weekend. I really don't get to play, and you know, if I get to pick out of me or Charlie, he's got a better chance at money than I do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we put him in it, and I watch the booth.
I think it's actually 2-0, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies. I am talking to Heather, the birthday girl. So, you know, please forgive me for missing the score there. But it is an adjusted race to 4/3. No, actually, it's the winner's side, right? So that actually makes it a race to 5/4.
Yeah. I believe Chris Fields and Julie Comentini are the two players in this tournament that have the adjusted races.
Okay,
because
so those are your
they're
those are
higher
your-
level
your pro level
players.
or advanced level players.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I certainly do like I like the divisional mix of play, you know. Obviously, you know, you guys have your divisions. You're not handicapping based on divisions unless you get to advanced. So I think that's cool. you
Yeah.
know. But so you got the table at home, but you don't play much. You're doing
I don't, because when
t-shirts, hats,
when we're home,
Instruction.
we try to always
cases. Now you have.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we actually carry the Acme cases from Omega. I normally have JB cases in my booth, but they're flying off the shelf. I'm completely out of those.
It's hard to
Yeah,
hard to get a hold of those.
JB, man, they make a great case. So we have trouble keeping them in stock.
It's they're in high demand.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. All right. Well, you can comment the game if you want to. You're welcome to hang out with me and do what you like. If you got to get back to work, I understand that
Yeah,
too.
I actually.
There might be some questions to you from the chat room. Let's just take a look real quick.
Happy birthday! Happy
there you go.
birthday!
Yeah, Geraldine says happy birthday.
Ever come to Greenville, South Carolina? We were out in Spartanburg last year for the Dixieland Classic, which we do
Okay.
plan on going back to. Those guys took such good care of us when they were there, and they're great people. It's a great room. There was a Shannon Dalton's involved with that event, so a lot of the big pros come. You know, it was great pool all weekend long. We had a blast. Sending love to Charlie's dad. Oh, thank you for that. That'll mean a lot to him.
Also, does Charlie still use the Tar Heel chalk holder?
No, someone stole that from him.
You got to be kidding me.
He has had probably 3 pocket chalkers stolen from him. One year in Vegas, they stole his straw hat. He has, aside from his cues, he has had just about everything he uses. Gloves, chalk, I mean, you name it, and they've taken it. So, no, he doesn't have that one anymore. Any open tournament.
Wow, the questions are flooding in, Heather.
Any open pro tournament I can afford. Well,
Well, I don't know. How do you play well? I mean,
yeah, it's
usually it's a matter of if you feel like you can cash, then you can afford anything, right?
yeah. I mean, I get to play so rarely that I end up putting myself into tournaments that I have absolutely no chance in. But you know what? I learn things from people that way.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell people all the time that there's this kind of stance and there's this kind of stroke and there's pre-shot routine, but until you're table side watching really good players do these things, you're not ever going to truly understand it.
That's absolutely correct. I mean, you need that field experience. You know.
Yeah, matter of fact, one of the best matches that I got to watch back when they did the Galveston Classic, Charlie and Bustamante did a challenge match, and my parents actually came out to watch it. We sat table side with Charlie and Boosty.
Okay.
And Charlie had always told me about the Filipino players and their tendency to use no English and angle off the ball to make position. And I struggled understanding
It's a different
what he
style
meant
of
by
play,
that
yeah.
until I was tableside and I saw what was going on. And all of a sudden I understood. And I started pulling my English in and using that angle a little bit more. I stopped leaving myself straight in shots and started using angle for everything.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, that's kind of my style of play too, because you know, I was kind of reared at Hard Times Billiards, Hollywood Billiards, and you know, a lot of Filipino players, and I've gotten to know and learn from the Filipino players the last, you know, 10 years, and that's kind of what has happened to me too. Is I don't mind cutting balls, you know. And, you know, there's a European style of play, too, which is, you know, getting on the right side of the ball, almost straight, just off center, you know.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool to watch both styles. I like both styles, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But
you can learn a lot from watching
and the European
these guys
style,
play.
I think, comes from the snooker.
Yes,
you know.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So... Okay, got any big blocks of chalk from my bridge hand?
What?
Got any big blocks of chalk from my bridge hand? What in the world is he talking about?
I don't know.
Cue ball in the chat room asking a strange question. I don't know. Go to BryantBilliards.com and
you mean like the cone chalk that you for your hand chalk maybe?
Oh, you mean like powder chalk. Chuck Felton says, I can break and run 9-ball 4 out of 10 times. Well, then come on down, Chuck. When are you coming to Texas is the question.
We can find you some tournaments.
Shoot. That's almost pay-per-view worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah? Make it 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Cue ball says yes. So I think he's looking for the powder
big
chalk.
cone. Yeah.
The cone chalk, right?
Yeah, I don't believe I have it on the website. I think that's one of the things I pulled down because you really, aside from venue owners, you don't sell a lot of it.
Yeah.
People don't put it in their home game rooms. But send me a message through the site. I can get just about anything.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Sinesio says, I guess he keeps his chalk in his hand while shooting POVPOOL. No, we've already determined what he was really talking about. But yesterday I was commenting, you know, there are some players that keep their hand in their chalk in their hand with their bridge hand. I find that so hard to do.
Yeah. You know? I could hear Charlie right now. Heather Ann, put that chalk down.
I've known a lot of players that do that, even professional players, you know.
Charlie's he likes the pocket chalkers. It's part of his routine. I like to put mine in my pocket or set it on the edge of the table. The pocket chalkers, that stick gets to swinging and it drives me bonkers.
Yeah. So meanwhile, we're taking liberties because Chris Fields is in the match here. She's look at this. She got an open table now. She's not shooting at the 8, so she got solids. This is where you want to be, right? You want your opponent to miss the 8 ball and just leave you open.
Yeah, there's no traffic. I mean, it's pretty much, it's like 9 ball now. But
yeah. And even if there was traffic, then that just opens things up to play a good safety.
Yeah.
You know? So, Chris.
Because her opponent only has, 1 ball. And you can hide that just about anywhere, or at least make it difficult.
You can hide that in a lot of places on the table. A lot of places. She's going to have to take care of this 5 ball.
Yeah.
Is going to be, they always say an 8 ball, take care of the problem ball first, right?
Yeah.
So how do you feel when Charlie wins a tournament? What's that like?
Well, first of all,
do you still get that
there's
that warm fuzzy feeling inside, like, oh, I'm just so proud of him? And
anybody
at the Junior Norris he did really well.
Yeah, and example, 7 Clans tournament. Anyone that comes into the booth knows that I have nerves of steel when I play, but when Charlie plays, I am a nervous wreck. I can't watch it. I pace, so I try to stay away from the table. And it was funny because at 7 Clans, we had a handful of the fans that would go and watch what was happening, and they'd come running back over and kind of fill me in on what happened and report. Yeah. So it got the fans involved. They were having a blast. And but when he wins, it's more pride for him. You know, I feel so good for, because I know what that means to him. You know, that man lives and breathes this sport. And I'm not just talking about him playing. I'm talking about things like this. You know, this is actually what he prefers to do, is to be with the amateurs and the league players and to teach and support them and meet them, more than going and spending time at a pro tournament. But at the same time, those pro tournaments do mean something to him. I mean, he's been eyeballing the U.S. Open scores for the last couple of days.
We both have, actually.
He's had his phone out, and he'll go down the list and tell me what all the scores are. And
no more Americans left.
No, and, you know, he misses the pro tour, but, you know, every time he'll go and get into something big where he's around a lot of the pros, then he'll tell me, well, I miss the amateur stuff. I want to go, we need to get something on the books. We need to go spend some time with. That's what he loves. Anyone that knew him before I came along, when he would go to Vegas, in between his matches, he was in the hallway talking to the players, or he was up at the bar talking to them, or, you know, on a table showing them things. That Charlie, that's what he wants to do, is he wants to empower the amateurs and help them grow, because now, instead of him winning a tournament being proud, every time one of them goes and wins a tournament, he's proud, because he's proud for them. He's proud that he had a part in helping them get to that point.
Of course. Yeah, I feel the same way with everything we do with POVPOOL. You know, I mean, I'm happy to cover amateurs. I'm happy to cover professionals, but with the main part of our mission being to educate people about the game, provide them with resources so they can learn more and get better at the game. Because and you know, it feels good, because I've seen some players, particularly at Hard Times Billiards, where I've streamed solid for 5 years, you know, doing their monthly tournaments and stuff. I've seen some of these players develop, you know, and it. I don't really necessarily have a sense of pride, because I don't feel responsible, really, in a way. But people do have come up to me and they've said, you know, thank you so much. I've learned so much about One Pocket from watching your streams. I've learned so much about just the game from watching your streams. Learning about, you know, how pros miss too.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people think that pros are invincible.
Oh, yeah.
And unshakable.
When I was younger,
we've seen them come to Hard Times and get skinned.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
When about 15 years ago, was the first time I ever really got to watch the pros play. And I went in there thinking they never miss a ball, because all I had ever seen was what was on ESPN. And I didn't understand that that's edited footage.
Yeah.
And so the first time I saw him play, I remember watching Alex Pagulayan break a rack. There were 2 balls left on the table. There was the 1 and the 9. And he's dancing and having, because you know how Alex is. He's the kid. You know, he's always having fun. He turns around and he misses that 1 ball.
Yeah.
And I went, what?
Yeah.
They miss?
Yeah, they do. They do.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's like, you know, let's take Chris Fields. She's playing right now, for example. You know, yesterday she was struggling. She was playing Scotch doubles, and she was struggling. Yeah. You know, and she's considered the advanced player here. You know, and because of that, she has to play an extra game. Yeah. You know, I don't care what skill level you are. You're still going to feel pressure. You're still going to feel pressure, you know, based on, well, they're making me play an extra game. I have a partner. I can't guarantee that they're going to do as well as I can do.
Don't we all kind of struggle with Scotch doubles?
She personally struggled, missed some shots that she normally wouldn't have missed.
Well, and that's one thing Chris has in common with Charlie.
Human, you know?
Charlie will make, you know, he'll make a mistake, and that mistake stays with him for the rest of the tournament, and he thinks about it all the time. And after you've made a few mistakes, that all collects up. You carry it with you to every match, and then you struggle instead of letting it go and just shooting that game. And Chris is a lot like Charlie with that. She really does. You know, she stopped me this morning.
She's hard on herself, you said.
She went to play a safety, and it didn't go exactly right, and the girl got out. Yeah. You know, and now she's carrying that with her, and it'll stay with her for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say, like, relax, have fun, don't beat yourself up. But for pool, when you're making a commitment to the game, there's another side of that coin where you have to have discipline, and you have to I think personally, I think you do have to be a little hard on yourself sometimes and be aware of what you're doing wrong and seek help when you don't know the answer. The only way to do that is to have the humility to say, look, I don't know what I'm doing wrong or whatever, you know. And sometimes that only comes by being hard on yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know, there's something that I used to do when I was younger, and I actually suggested this to somebody on Facebook the other day on one of my posts. When I would make a mistake at the table, I always kept a little notepad with me. I would jot some notes down about that mistake, and then try to get it out of my head for the rest of the day.
This was when you were a serious player.
Yeah, back when I was playing all the time. And then at the end of the week, like on Monday, I would take that list and go sit down and work on those things. And one of the things that I told one of the gentlemen that we were talking to on the chat the other day said that his game has just gone way down. He's been struggling a lot. And I said, well, take that notepad to the table, jot down some notes, send it to me.
Yeah.
Because sometimes those mistakes are a problem with your fundamentals. Because, you know, after time you develop little kinks in your fundamentals, and people don't realize it until you do a refresher, which you should do.
It's
I
muscle
would say,
memory.
Yes. And I would say, like, every 2 years you should refresh your fundamentals, because you develop little hiccups in those fundamentals and you don't realize it. Because in pool, you can't see like 90% of your body. You can see from the elbow forward.
That's a very good point.
You know, so you don't notice all those things that are going on. So I told him, I said, you know, send this list to me. I'll have Charlie take a look at it. If he sees a commonality between all of these errors, it may be fundamentals. You may need a refresher.
I also think, too, subconsciously, we learn how to miss. You know, sometimes it's hard to unlearn those mistakes, you know.
Yeah.
That's why we see these young players with all this talent. They play with all this heart, and they go for every ball, and it's just, they blow you away because you're just like, wow, you know. But you start, you know, an experienced player knows very well that this is just a kid who hasn't learned how to miss yet, you know. Hasn't felt the pain of missing as much, you know. But when it comes to those pressure situations where you're supposed to play the right shot, and you play the wrong shot and miss, that's when it'll hurt them, you know.
Yeah, we went.
And those
we did,
mistakes come with age.
Yeah, in September we went and did that Durbin Cup over at Mike Durbin. Has a beautiful venue on his property.
Who incidentally is sponsoring Charlie Bryant now, right?
Yes,
he showed me this
Durbin
beautiful
Custom.
cue,
Oh, isn't it beautiful?
It is nice.
But what it is Durbin gets some of his sponsored players together. Some of them are pros, some of them are amateur. I think this time Charlie and Nick Varner were the two big players on the team, and they play against the Lindenwood Lions, their collegiate team, and Mark Wilson is their coach, who, this is my first time meeting him, is a phenomenal man and a great coach, doing some really good things for pool with these collegiate teams.
Yeah, I mean, he heads
and
up the curriculum at Lindenwood University.
Yeah, but one thing we noticed, these kids, I was expecting kids, you know, that play a lot of, that, you know, rush into everything, make a lot of mistakes. These kids were phenomenal.
Disciplined, huh?
Oh, my Lord. They played. I didn't expect it. I mean, they played so good.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, I tried to post as much on Facebook while we were out there to kind of get some attention to this, because Mark and Mike Durbin are doing something really good with this program. And now I keep getting messages from people that are seeing the Lindenwood Lion players out and about. Oh, I saw this player and he did this.
Oh, wow.
So it's getting attention for that collegiate program, and I think, you know, pool needs more of that.
I agree.
Catch these players young, support them while they're doing things right.
Yeah, I have a friend in Southern California. His name is Steve Strange. I know it's a funny name, but
it's a strange name.
Yeah, there you go. He is a retired Air Force, and he started a billiards curriculum at a middle school. And he's teaching, he started with like 19 kids. Now, and what he does is he teaches them off hours, right? So he'll teach them during lunch and after school hours, like till 4:30 or something. And it's taken off. He's been doing it a year, and his class has gone from 19 kids. Now he's doing 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. And he's got 65, almost 70 students.
Wow.
And he said to me that he has never seen a kid run to class until this class came, you know, to the school. And so, you know, I would recommend that if you can ever get a high school or a middle school, go directly to the principal and say, and you know, as long as you provide the tables and the equipment and the curriculum, you don't necessarily have to be school certified, and you use those off hours. That's kind of the loophole. You don't use their class time.
Make it more of a club, like an after-school club.
Make it more of a club or an after-school thing. Yeah. So, you know, he's doing very well with it, and you know, we got West State Billiards to donate some equipment to his curriculum, and you know, the kids are just so excited about that. They've got new cues, they've got towels, they've got chalk holders, I mean, all kinds of stuff. So, you know, us as vendors to the industry too, we owe it to them to provide whatever resources we can. But of course, you know, it's up to those organizations or whatever it is, those curriculums, to make those companies aware of it, you know.
Yeah, you know, Charlie was speaking with the Frideres, who are another company that are set up here this weekend.
Yeah.
They have a program where when you come in to them and you buy a case, they encourage you to donate your old one. And, you know, say it's got a busted zipper or whatever.
That is a great
they repair
idea.
them. They have a guy that helps them repair them, and they for every case they bring in, they put a cue in it. They'll get a sneaky peek cue and they put it in and they donate it to these youth programs.
That is a great idea.
Yeah, I was really impressed when I found out they were doing that.
Wow. Well, maybe I can tell them about the SoCal. I mean, that's 70 kids, 65, 70 kids.
Absolutely. I would ask them about it.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. So, okay. So
do we have the score right?
I think it's 4-0. I'm going to go take a look. Hold on, Heather.
Okay.
It's 3-1. Okay, it's 3-1. I lied. all you Angela Garza fans out there, you can send me your hate mail. So, well, I'm just jazzed, you know, that you took the time out to come and talk to me, because, you know, it's cool. It's cool.
It's been fun.
You know. So Chris is like, okay. I haven't. You'll have to excuse the upside down.
Yeah, that was.
You just use this as a reference instead. There, we had to mount that camera upside down, and then I had to switch it around in a software. So, that's a rare thing. I've never actually had to do that. So. What do you enjoy watching most? 8, 9 ball, 1 pocket, straight pool,
I like
9-foot table, bar box table. What do you like?
I don't necessarily have a preference on table size. I like 1 pocket and I like 8 ball because there's a little more strategy involved with it. With me, 9 ball and 10 ball are kind of, it seems to be repetitive. It's the same thing over and over again. So I really enjoy 1 pocket because of the strategy. And, you know, I kind of challenged myself. I was telling Charlie, matter of fact, at Dixieland Classic when we were out there, Jeffrey DeLuna was playing someone, I don't remember. And then Roberto Gomez played somebody after that. And I was watching these 2 matches, and I'm getting better at predicting what they're going to do.
Oh, good.
So I challenged myself to learn the game enough where I could predict those things. I'm not on Charlie's level or, you know, Jeremy Jones, who's a phenomenal 1 pocket commentator.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near their level. I mean, they can explain to you everything, but at least I'm, you know, I know what ball they're going to shoot at.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting better at what they're going to do with it.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm learning.
Geraldine, she's the same way. My better half, you know, she's getting good at calling the shots on 1 pocket, which is great.
I think everyone should learn all the games.
I agree with you. I agree. I think it's, I'll tell you, just when I was having a conversation with your better half, Charlie. Or, no, that's not. Yeah, that's the wrong way around, isn't it? Anyway, I was having a conversation with Charlie yesterday, and I was telling him how you know, I've played pool for 35, 40, almost 40 years. I'm 48 now. And about 3 years ago, I started playing three-cushion billiards. Three-cushion changed, took me to another dimension. You know, it took me first off, it took me a long time to really understand three-cushion. I thought it would be easy to pick up, and it was incredibly frustrating. But, you know, we also promote three-cushion billiards, so naturally, I end up being exposed to the game a lot more, playing a lot more three-cushion. I come and play 9-ball in one pocket now. I mean, there's shots that come up for me that I wouldn't have dreamed playing. But now I feel confident playing because I have all this three-cushion experience. So, you know, all games are good for
yeah, I just got to watch. I mean, it was for fun, three-cushion. We were out there at the Carolyn Room in Wisconsin a couple weeks ago, and Jeremy Jones, Chip Compton, Joey Gray, Devin Poteet, Christian Young. There's a group of them. They're all out there, and they're just doing it for fun. But I mean, they were having a blast.
Yeah.
And I had so much fun watching it. That's why I tell people I love going to these tournaments and watching when they get like that, because it's better than reality TV. People don't understand what these players are like. You know, we travel in the same circles with them. So I've got the same probably dozen of them that we go to all the same tournaments together. And so I'll sit and hang out with them, and I'll sit, but they try to get me involved. But I like to sit back and watch. It's better than TV. It's great.
I know, right? Especially when you know them a little bit. You know a little bit of their personality and who they are. You know, it's cool. So actually, Angela has a chance to catch up here. Chris Fields played she's solids, Chris is. Angela's stripes, and Chris accidentally, I wouldn't say accident, unintentionally bumped her 5-ball sort of in an unplayable area. And so Angela comes to the table now, and she's got a chance to run out here, but it's not straightforward by any means. But I think she can sneak the cue ball past the 10 there if she makes the 15 and play the 10 to the same pocket. She may be able to create a natural angle to play that 11 ball. Let's see how she plays it. She might just draw back.
Yeah. No?
Okay, so here she's going to have to stun the ball over.
Yeah, that just kind of made that a little difficult there.
Yeah.
Because the transition to the next ball she's going to have to force it.
And she does have some angle, so she can do it. It's not, it's not impossible by any means. She's feeling a little pressure, though, you can tell.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't like it.
You have to relax and you make the commitment, Yeah. It's that's a very difficult thing to do. Okay, so she's coming down to the short side.
Followed it.
I kind of like that. That was a nice little shot she played.
Maybe that's the Charlie Bryant lessons coming out of her.
Yeah, you said that she's been getting coached from
yeah, it was a while back, but yeah, she did come see him. She stopped by the booth yesterday to come talk to us.
Yeah. You guys have probably helped a lot of people's. I've noticed actually a lot of the females too. They play pretty well. They play very well here.
Yeah, well, and this is Texas. Pool is like a religion here.
Is it really? Is that what you? Yeah.
Texas. I don't care where you go. There's always a big pool crowd. I mean, look at Houston. It's crazy there.
I haven't checked out the Houston pool scene.
Oh yeah, go by Big Time or Bogies, and you'll always find
action. Games. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever walked into Big Time and there's not something going on.
Okay.
Yeah. There's always a ton of action in there, and Billy Sharp is really good about, I think they're doing some monthly tournaments now that they didn't used to do. That he's his first one. I think I want to say they got like 89 players. for the first monthly tournament. Yeah,
Wow.
so he does the Big Time Classic. I think that's in April.
Yes.
And you know, Billy is also, he's not just a you know, pool room manager, owner, whatever. He's active. He plays. He goes to nationals. He does state. You know, there. I think I want to say what they do over there mostly is BCA and APA, but I'm not positive. That's about 45 minutes north of my house.
So you're not there all the time?
No, no. But when we do get out, we usually go to Big Time. Out of all the Houston pool rooms.
And Bogies is how far from you?
About 45 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just a little bit.
So Bogies and Big Time aren't that far away from each other, or
No, not really.
Yeah.
Legends is on the south side in League City. It's about 20 minutes from my house.
Okay.
I live closer to Galveston than I do Houston, but when people ask us where we're from, when you say Galveston, they not everyone knows where Galveston is.
Yeah.
So we just tell them Houston.
Whatever happened to that Galveston Classic? Was it the Galveston Classic, or was it the Galveston Open?
It was the Galveston Classic.
Yeah.
I think they had.
It was like 100,000 added event, and it went for 2 years.
No,
or 3.
I think it was. I thought I only did it once. We only participated once. But I think it just. They jumped into that really fast.
They did.
They had the idea. They got the money. And then, boom, there it was. And there wasn't quite enough promotions for it. And so the turnout wasn't what they wanted. And I believe the backers just decided not to carry through with it.
Yeah.
But it was a great...
You were not a vendor at that time, were you?
No,
you hadn't started Bryant Billiards yet, did you?
No, that was...
so almost 10 years ago now.
Yeah, I want to say it was... Because it was right about the time Charlie signed with Team CSI, and he went and did I want to say probably around 2010, I think.
I see. Nicole Reinhardt in the chat room, she says, all those are my pool halls. Bogies.
Yeah.
Legends. Big time.
They're Texas, I'm telling you. You got Skinny Bob's there in Round Rock, which is, you know, that's our home.
Yeah, I wanted to go visit Austin, too, because there's, what is there in Austin? The big one in Austin?
Skinny Bob's.
Skinny Bob's, okay. That's Round Rock?
Yeah,
okay.
They're right there next to each other. And, you know, we try not to ever miss anything. We've had 2 that we had to miss this year. We had their bar table tournament and then the Texas Open warm-up that we had to miss.
Yeah. Now, that's Pistol Perez's room, right?
Yeah.
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 Or don't want to say it's her room, but...
Yeah, that's where she does her...
She didn't make it here this year.
Yeah, she's coming. She's supposed to be here either tonight
the team
or tomorrow.
Event. Okay.
Yeah, she's shooting in teams, so she'll be here.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you'll get her on the mic. She loves commentating.
I don't mind. That's fine. I appreciate my little 10-minute breaks. But, you know, I'll be happy to join her, too. So.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I just, I love coming to Texas. It's now my second time streaming in Texas, and I'm just real glad to be here. It's nice to come out and check out the other towns and how you guys do it, you know, because pools all across America, folks. You know?
Yeah. We had a little bit of a slowdown. I don't want to say dry spell, but it slowed way down for a while.
Yeah.
But it seems to be picking up.
Yeah.
You know, we've got, I mean, if I want to, I can fill every single weekend of our calendar with
something
large tournaments.
Yeah.
They're not even small, they're large tournaments.
Yeah.
I mean, but for the sake of my sanity, I have to take a few weeks off here and there.
We all do. Yeah, I
We
know.
just came off of a 12-week road trip. I took 1 week.
Did you really?
Yeah, I took 1 weekend
Do
off.
you guys have a motorhome now, or?
We were traveling with a girl that had a motorhome.
Oh, I saw you with your trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, but people say, oh, that would be great. You can go outside, and it was great at first, but that's a lot of gas.
Yeah, 11 miles a gallon.
No,
Come on.
6 miles a gallon.
Get out of it. What?
6 miles a gallon.
Get out of here.
It's a 37-foot RV.
My goodness.
Every 2 days, 3 days, you got to go fill up a water and dump. You got to go get gas for the generators.
Yeah.
And when you're in the middle of
high maintenance deal.
Yeah, when you're in the middle of a 4 or 5 day tournament and you had to fight to get parking for that thing in the first place.
Yeah.
And then there's some places, like we went up to Wisconsin. We went to... there are certain places in Kansas. These are just some of the places we went to. They're not RV-friendly places. They're very narrow roads. All the buildings are close together. They don't want you to park anywhere. Walmart has gone to no overnight parking. You know, it's hard to find places. All the state parks have raising their prices. So
you want to know the trick here, the secret? Join the Elks Lodge. You can hook up for like $12 a day or $10 a day with your RV. Anyway, that's just one thing.
Yeah, well, we've got a
or soaring eagle.
Yeah, we've got a. I think.
But you got to get invited to join the Elks.
Yeah, I think the one we have at the house is only a 20-foot, and we're about to gut it because we got to do a little remodeling on it to accommodate the booth stuff. But I think we're going to start traveling in that one because it is easier to park. It's better on gas. I think it's going to be a better situation. Plus, we've made enough friends all over the country. I'll tell you what, for the small packing that you guys do, you make it look real big when you're at the venue, I tell you. Yeah, Charlie's really good at cramming. It's like Castle Bryant over there. It's like a big wall of clothes and, yeah, Charlie's really good at packing. He's my mule. How's he doing, by the way? He had some hernia surgery, his ankle or his foot. He's got a ligament problem. Yeah, I think. Been doing okay? Yeah, he's just aging. He had the hernia surgery. That was a 7-year-old hernia. Yeah. So there was a lot of scar tissue. It still kind of bothers him a little bit, but at least he can play. He can stretch across the table and things. His heart, we went to his heart doctor the other day. He had a heart attack 2 years ago, and that. I did not know that. Yeah, he's doing well enough. They're actually pulling him off some of his medication. Good. That's good. And making progress. Yeah, we thought he had broke a bone on the outside of his foot because his foot's been bothering him lately, but now they're saying it's ligaments. He just went and shoved some things in his shoe. They said that his alignment on his feet, I guess he's rolling to the outsides of his feet. And it's causing pain in the outside of his foot. So they put something in his shoe to kind of shift his weight to the inside, which means he needs to test that on a table before we go put him in a tournament because now his stance is going to be different. Yeah. That's what a lot of people don't realize. When you do things to your body that change your stance, it affects your game. I remember years ago, Joey Gray was a marathon runner, skinny little kid. And then all of a sudden he started working out. Yeah. He got real big and his game changed. Yeah, he kind of bulked up a little bit. Yeah, his body was different. And now he's backed off some. And you can see the change again. Hey, I heard some bad news about him after the Norris event. He broke his hand on one of them big punching bag things. Yeah, they I mean, come on, Joe. You're a pool player. You got to take care of those hands. Yeah, but I remember when I was. How's he doing? Is he playing yet again? Yeah. Because I know it's been like 4 months. Yeah. He was out. I think we did 3 tournaments in a row. Yeah. Last one we saw him at was because he showed interest in playing. I was telling him about the West Coast Swing tournaments, and he's like, "Yeah, I might come and play that." 3 days later, I heard he broke his hand. Yeah, he was. And it's not a new thing. There's Shane McMahon, Rob Saez. They all like to go away from the venue that they're playing the tournament at, and usually it's like a Fast Eddie's or something, and they always have those punching bags. And he just this one time he didn't hit it right, and I think he said he caught the metal part of it. Oh and no! And it messed his hand up pretty bad. I mean, he showed up to the tournament the next day, and it looked like a marshmallow on the end of his arm. And Charlie looked at him and said, "What did you do?" And he told him, and I mean, Sparkle City, right? He went to. Was that the one he was going to, or the White Diamonds? White Diamonds, yeah. But I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, but he's all better now. He's playing again. Good, yeah, good. Matter of fact, he and Chip Compton are now breaking with Charlie's Hillbilly Thunder 2 break cues. I see. Yeah, okay. We picked them up out at the Carom Room in Wisconsin. So cool. Yeah, he's back to playing. Okay, good, because he's talented. Oh yeah, he needs to be playing. Oh yeah, great player. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I hope you guys come out and do the West Coast Swing next year. It is our intent, because I'm from California. 2018. Come on, do it. Summertime. I'm from California, and Charlie's never been out there with me. So I told him, let's go do the West Coast Swing. We can go up to my old hometown, and I'll show you. Up there's not much. It was a ski resort. Where's your old hometown? It's a little bitty town called Wrightwood. It's in San Bernardino County. Oh, okay. Way up in the mountains. Ah, Wrightwood. Wrightwood is the old gold mining town. Yeah. Down by San Diego. I've been up there. Yeah, I was. San Diego, right? I was born in Victorville. Okay. We lived in Wrightwood. I was born on an Air Force base. Yeah, yeah. And then my dad works for the space program, so he went back and forth between Houston and California. Funny, I went to Wrightwood about 4 or 5 years ago, and they had all those brush fires. Oh, yeah. Driving to Wrightwood was like, it looked apocalyptic because
everything was burned. It was crazy. It was crazy. But Ryewood's a nice little town.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Smells like candy because all the pine trees.
Yes. Yeah. That's where you're from, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. That's funny. Oh, y'all got to come from somewhere.
Yeah. So it is definitely our plan to come up and do the whole West Coast swing while we're out there.
Well, we would love that. And
I would have liked to have come this year. I wanted to watch that Tony and Dennis match so bad.
oh, yeah. Yeah.
That I don't think the stream ever got turned off at our house for the whole thing.
No, that was a good match. That was a good match. We're actually going to release that match soon.
Are you?
We're going to release that match looking at December 1st.
Okay.
For our 6th anniversary.
That was some of the best pool I've watched in a long time.
Good, good.
Great match. I love it.
For any of you all who are watching this, wondering about that, because I do get inquiries about it all the time. You know.
Well, that's because they're still talking about that match.
I know.
Because it did not go the way most people said it was going to go.
No.
But, you know, Tony, and I don't care if you're...
Tony played a game that nobody expected because they hadn't seen him play that like that for a while.
Yeah, if you haven't seen this match yet, I recommend you go watch it because it is
the big one.
Yeah, that was some good pool, and I mean it surprised a lot of people. Charlie and I went back and forth because, you know, he was pulling for Dennis and I was pulling for Tony, and there was a whole lot of crap talking going on in my house during that match.
I bet.
Steak dinner for me when it was over.
Oh yeah, right on, girl. So you went.
Oh yeah.
Well, everybody took the Filipino because he ran over Scott Frost. You know,
that Tony man, he is something else. You never know what you're going to get with him.
No, and he's definitely explosive. You know.
Yeah, I mean he's
it's like fireworks watching him play sometimes.
Oh yeah, I mean I wish I could play one pocket like that. My one pocket game doesn't look anything like that.
I have to say that my personal opinion about that match, though, was that, and I guess that's what you got to do when you know you're going to play a big match on a table, is that as soon as Tony got to that venue, he kind of monopolized that table.
Oh yeah.
He took it from everybody. He got into action with this guy from Washington, played him for like 7 hours, and then he played Shane on it for like, you know, 5-10 grand or something like that, you know, and he just kind of like kept playing on that table, and Dennis could not get any warm up on that table because the tournaments that were happening there were all played on the gold crowns, and the diamond was going to be just for that match, you know.
Yeah.
Tony stayed on that table for like 3 days straight before this big one happened, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And you're not bullying Tony off of the table.
A little bit controversial. What's that?
I said you're not bullying Tony off the table.
No, I'm not going to ask that big man to do much, you know. Yeah. Yeah, Dan Doris in the chat room is asking me to put up the interviews. We're going to put up the whole match in its entirety. The interviews with Amar Kang, with Tony Chohan, the interviews with Ariel Roy. We're going to put the whole match up as it appeared on the live stream. Some slight editing will happen, but and I'm going to be releasing this. We have a big announcement to make on December 1st. That's all I have to tell you.
Oh, that's exciting.
That's all I can tell you right now.
I'm going to wake up December 1st and stalk your Facebook now.
That's it. Well, we're doing our 6th anniversary event on December 1st. POVPOOL turns 6 years old.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Chris Fields is on the hill, and if she watches this match later,
she's going to kill us.
They're going to be angry.
We love you,
Chris. She was your friend before
right.
You got on the live stream.
She'll call me up and yell at me.
I get a lot of comments on YouTube, too, about that. You know, like, talk about the match. What do you guys just blah, blah, blah. But, you know, when you do 15 hours a day of this stuff, it's...
Yeah. That's okay. I'll send Charlie over here with you. He'll commentate the match.
Yeah. Be happy to... I hope I'm not keeping you, by the way.
No, I'm just making sure he's still over there. He's got a bad habit of wandering off.
Okay.
You got to watch him.
So I'll let you... I'll keep you here until this match is over, and then. But once again, happy birthday, Heather.
Thank you.
Yeah. That makes you a Virgo? No?
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Charlie and I are both Scorpios.
Ah, wow. Double Scorpio.
Yeah, his is November 6th.
November 6th.
I love the pool stories.
Keep it up. You know?
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you belong to a very exclusive club. Most people hate when we do this.
Yeah, you're one of like 12.
Yeah. You're the one. Yeah. Are you going to be at the ACS Nationals in Vegas?
I don't know that
You probably-
I don't know that we're there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've invested so much money this year on product development, and we've still got so much to go.
Keeping it local too is probably more feasible for you too, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're venturing further and further out. You know, we did a lot of Midwest this year. We went up to Wisconsin, like I said earlier. You know, we're moving, branching out little by little, getting further and further. Our trip, you know, but what helps is that my daughter just turned 18 in July, and she was my youngest one. So now I am, after 23 years, kid-free.
I see.
So now we don't have to worry about who's going to watch the kids. And, you know, we have a friend of ours that's going to come move in with us, and he's going to house sit and watch the dogs. And,
Okay.
you know, now we can go to one tournament, and then if we decide, oh, hey, there's something over here, we can jump in the truck and drive on over, and we don't have to worry about heading back home to, you know, check on things. Plus, I've got my house pretty wired up with security cameras. I can watch it all the time. Talk to my dogs through them.
That's awesome. Yeah, Geraldine and I talked often about, you know, we want a dog or we want a cat, you know, but we go on the road so much, you know. I just secured a deal. I have to sign the agreement, but I'm going to be streaming in Vegas on November 3rd, while Geraldine's going to be streaming in LA on November 4th. We're going to be doing 2 simultaneous streams, but that's just because this other stream just came up.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a NAPT event in Las Vegas at Griff's.
Oh, yeah,
Mark
yeah.
Griffin's
Mark
room.
Griffin's place. Yeah, that's one of my, I want to get by there, and I want to go check out Fraser's Ice House.
Yes,
like
I'm
the
gonna go there on the way home.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I meant to come on the way in, but I just wanted to get here first to make sure. But I'm gonna go check out Freezers on the way home.
Yeah, I want to go over there. I want to go to Griff's.
So
you know.
fair warning, Scott, I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
Scott and Lenny Marshall, coming out there. I'm gonna bring my friend Mark Cantrell. We're gonna have a Philly cheesesteak at the Chill Grill.
Oh, Mark Cantrell.
You know him?
Oh, I do.
Yeah,
He was the manager of Team CSI that Charlie signed with. It was Charlie.
Oh, years ago then.
Oh, yeah. It was Charlie and John Schmidt and Earl Strickland. Corey Dool.
Mm-hmm. Cantrell's. He's
a great
Mark
guy.
goes way back in pool history.
Yeah.
He's got.
Yeah, he still keeps in touch with us
he's got
here and
legs.
there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so it's 4-2. This puts Chris on the hill, and that's Angela just missed that combo. So here comes Chris, and let's see what she's gonna do here. She's shooting solids, and there's one blocker ball, I think. The 3 balls blocked by the looks like the 12.
I think that's...
But to Chris's benefit, she does have 2 other solids down table that she might be able to use to break out that 12. Let's see what happens here. This would be a really outstanding run if she can run these out.
She can do it too. Chris plays good.
And you know, that's the thing. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, am I willing to do something outstanding right now, or should I just play a safety? You know, and here you go. This is what she did. She played safe.
Well, I think she's trying to force her.
You think she tried to make that?
No, she's trying to force her to free that pocket up.
Yeah. She kind of like looked up at the pool gods because I don't think she wanted to tire up the 4-5. I don't think she got the cue ball exactly where she wanted it.
she kind of wanted to.
And see, Angela's looking at
She
that
kind of
pocket.
wanted to hook Angela on those stripes, but the 4-ball traveled a little further into the 5.
Yeah.
But the
think
4
she
and the
was-
5 looks wired to the side anyway.
She was trying to create a little wall there.
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
one
yeah.
just rolled it because
Yeah.
I think the goal was to force the pocket open, but she left her this one.
Yeah,
here.
she's trying to force her hand, make her shoot at those 2 balls, but
Of course, Angela doesn't look like she likes this table at all.
how do you think? How do you feel about Angela as far as tactical? Do you think she's tactical? Do you think she's strategic?
Truth be told, I haven't seen her play in a while.
In a while.
Yeah.
In a while. Look,
so-
here we go. It's photo time.
Uh-oh. Charlie's little technology challenge. It takes him a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's all good.
So Charlie's listening to us from the booth.
Yeah.
He's walking around with my bag wide open. That's awesome.
I gotta get a hillbilly hat before I leave.
We got
Texas.
plenty of them.
Okay.
Yeah, we ordered. He asked me a couple months ago to do some camo stuff for him, and I was like, "This is not hunting. This is pool. What are you talking about? I can't keep those things in stock."
You know, I have a little saying, and that is always watch out for the guy in the deer hunter hat. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you. and I'm talking about pool, by the way.
Yeah. Looks like he doesn't belong there. And turns around. Next thing you know, you've lost.
I think Cole Dixon was the one to make that popular. Rest in peace, dear Cole. That's a nice shot.
Oh, it hung.
Yeah, just a little too thick. She hit the rail
Yeah.
coming in. So actually, this is perfect opportunity
Yeah.
for Chris to close out now. She's the 4 and the 5 look wired to the side.
I was
so
going to say, are they wired to the hole or to the?
to the or
Yeah,
to the,
they're to the
horn.
hole. Mm-hmm.
To the hole or to the horn.
Yeah, I
think
didn't know what to
it's-
call it.
Yeah. Geraldine hates it when I call it the dreaded,
The T word.
the T word. So out of respect for her, I'm trying not to say it. Are you excited? Are you going to come back next year and do the Port Arthur?
Probably.
You can't plan that far ahead anymore, can you?
No. No. I try to. I try to do like 3 to 4 months in advance.
Yeah.
But some tournament directors don't put their flyers out till, month and a half before.
That's precisely the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, they'd get
That's
them
why
out.
we try to do the West Coast Swing same time every year,
Yeah. Well, that one's it's already on my calendar. I've got it at the top of the month just because you don't have the days out.
We're going to start a little earlier. It's going to start probably around June 14th this year, next year coming up. And the reason is because we may actually be adding Portland, Oregon to the West Coast Swing.
Oh, I'd
So-
like to go to Oregon. Never been there.
Yeah. So I still have to work things out with the promoters of that tournament, with Steve Lingelbach and Carissa Biggs. But yeah, we want to add them to the West Coast Swing, and we may be adding Hard Time Sacramento to it as well.
Yeah, I bought one of the shirts from your West Coast Swing this year, and I wear it every time it's
Oh,
clean.
that's so sweet of you.
Yeah, the
Okay.
one with the little tiki guys on the back.
Yeah,
I love that shirt.
That was Adam Kroll's design.
I love it.
I have. I'll wear it tomorrow. I have a polo, sort of a team shirt polo with the West Coast Swing on the back, and I'll wear that tomorrow. One of a kind.
Yeah, Charlie and I we've gotten pretty good about collecting up shirts from these tournaments and these pool halls everywhere we go.
Yeah.
We have so many that we've actually, once we've had them for like a year, we cut them up and we're making them into a blanket. It's
Geraldine,
crazy.
oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, 'cause
Geraldine
it's like
told me like
it's
I
like
could
a
have a yard
story.
sale already with like pool T-shirts.
Oh,
You know?
make a blanket out of it. It's like a story of where you went that year. It's awesome.
Well, after all is said and done, Chris Fields wins this match. It's a final score of 5-2. And once again, I just want to say happy birthday. Another hug
Thank you.
to Heather Bryant. Thank you so
And I
much
had
for
a
keeping
blast
me
and-
company during this match.
Oh, you're welcome. And, thank you,
you know,
for
you and
inviting
Charlie
me
are
over.
welcome anytime to come
Okay,
in.
well, he'll probably be over here in a little bit, do another match with you.
Okay, all right. If
All
you
right.
have any special announcements, always come up and let me know, and I'll be the parrot.
Thank
All
you
right.
for having me.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Check out BryantBilliards.com, everybody, and buy their stuff. They are cool people. And we're going to have another match shortly, so